What animal do you see in this picture? And what do you see in this image? Do you see an old lady or do you see a young lady? And finally, look at this cube. The shaded side. Is it in the back of the cube or is it in the front of the cube? What do you see? Well, as you may have guessed, the answer to all of those questions is that both are possible in each case. Now, I don't know about you, but when my brain switches from the old lady to the young lady, or from the shaded side being at the back of the cube to being at the front of the cube, I can almost feel it physically. Do you know what I mean? Interestingly, there was a study done at Flinders University in Australia using around 400 people, and they found that older people tend to see the old lady first, and younger people tend to see the young lady first. Now, these images are great examples of changing perspectives, and we all use changing perspectives in our daily lives when we put ourselves in other people's shoes in order to better understand their point of view. It helps us with building relationships, showing sympathy and empathy, and not to mention that it helps us come to a better shared understanding of whatever the situation might be. Changing perspectives is also important in design thinking and creative problem solving. In design thinking, great emphasis is placed on empathy, where it's critical to understand how someone or members of a group experience a given situation or a problem. In creative problem solving, where the main goal is to generate as broad a set of solutions as possible, we can use various techniques to help us gain different perspectives. One of those techniques, called forced connections, uses random words, and another technique uses analogies to give us those different perspectives. Here's where changing perspectives gets practical and really helpful. Take a moment and try to picture yourself looking at your device, your smartphone, your computer, your tablet, whatever you're looking at right now. Your field of vision is similar to the cone that you see in this image. And you can tell that as you look at your device, you're not seeing much, if anything, outside of this cone, outside of this field of vision. You see what I mean? Let's take this cone analogy a step further. Imagine that you're facing a problem. Your mind will naturally try to find solutions to that problem based on a relatively narrow field of experience that you've had with similar problems. A kind of a starting point, if you will. You can think of this as your field of initial solutions. And here's where it gets really interesting. Let's introduce something that will help give us a different perspective. Maybe a random word, a random concept, or an unrelated situation, an analogy. And it could be close to this cone of experience, or it could be very far away. Actually, the farther away, the better. And Leonardo da Vinci tells us that no matter how unrelated it might be, our brain is going to try to make connections between that random concept, that analogy, and the problem that we're facing. And these connections will help you come up with solutions that are outside of that cone, outside of your initial field of solutions. And these creative solutions are like the nuggets of gold or the diamonds in the rough, if you will. And those are the beginnings, the starting point of innovation. Isn't that cool? I think it's really good. And you can see that our perspective images, the old lady and the young lady, the shaded side in the back of the cube or in the front of the cube, those are just like the tips of the iceberg. If we want to explore the iceberg more, if we want to explore outside the cone, all we have to do is ask questions, or start by asking questions. Like, I wonder what she thinks of this. Or, I wonder what he sees in this situation. Have you ever wondered what a mouse thinks of us or what a cow thinks of us? Kind of strange, huh? But let me leave you with these images. Enjoy. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Tschüss!